This is a really special project. It's two buildings. It's the restoration of an existing brick and terracotta building and a replica of that in metal. We're on the corner of Lake Street in Washington, looking at the original building, the coffee and tea warehouse.
You're on a quintessential Tribeca corner with cobblestone and warehouses, amazing light, the river right around the corner.
This area of Tribeca has a lot of very large warehouse buildings that were added onto over time. You kind of see the history of the progression. So we have this brick and terracotta original building, and next door we have a version of it that looks like it was just dipped in molten aluminum. And those two buildings will share a courtyard. So as you come in, you see through the building into the courtyard with this beautiful water feature. The idea that this metal building will not age and the brick and terracotta building will continue to, one is like the image of the ideal and the other is the real.
Morris took this historical building and just said, I'm going to create the mirror image of it. And that hasn't been done before.
You have the challenges of integrating the old and the new. How do we create a common ground on the interiors to unify those two spaces?
There are beautiful, slender columns that are scattered throughout the building. And instead of burying them into a wall, we really wanted to show some of that old construction.
The space is also large. You had enormous amounts of square footage to play with.
What's the best of a downtown loft and what's the best of a classic upper east or west side apartment, and putting them together. We wanted to have a manufacturer who was a craftsman.
I named the company after my grandfather, who was a cabinet maker and a builder, and who I worked for in the summers. Everything is made in Seattle. Everything is handcrafted. It's a combination of European system design and functionality with really great quality.
New York is a city that feeds on itself and rebuilds itself and keeps changing. And I was always fascinated with how we could build in a city and create strong architecture that related to the past, but not necessarily copying the exact detail.